Welcome to Let the Quran Speak. We are looking at misunderstood Quranic verses, and with me is Dr. Shabir. Dr. Shabir, welcome to Let the Quran Speak.
Pleasure to be on.
The verse that we're looking at, Dr. Shabir, is from chapter 9. It's verse 12. It goes like this. But if they break their oath after having made an agreement with you, if they revile your religion, then fight the leaders of disbelief. Oaths mean nothing to them, so that they may stop. So what's the misunderstood aspect of this verse, Dr. Shabir?
Yes, a few things. But I think the most pertinent one that we need to deal with is the one that says وَطَعَنُوا فِي دِينِكُمْ وَإِنْ نَكَثُوا أَيْمَانَهُم مِّن بَعْدِ عَهْدِهِمْ وَطَعَنُوا فِي دِينِكُمْ. If they break their oath after they have made a covenant with you, and they ta'anu fi dinikum. I'm leaving that untranslated for the moment. فَقَاتِلُوا أَئِمَّةَ الْكُفْرِ. Then you should fight the heads of disbelief. إِنَّهُمْ لَا إِيمَانَ لَهُمْ. Oaths mean nothing to them, as you translated it, or as you read the translation. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَنْتَهُونَ. So that they may desist. So again, you have the idea that we've seen in previous verses in the same chapter that, you know, the purpose of fighting them is to make them desist from fighting Muslims. Mm-hmm. It's not like Muslims are being told, okay, you know, those peaceful people over there, go and attack them. No, it's those people who are attacking you. And so now you're being given the permission to go and attack them and in some kind of preemptive strike if necessary. But who are these people? Like, what is the justification for going into battle with them? So they nakathu aymanahum min ba'di ahdihim. They dissolve their oaths after they have made a covenant with you. And now comes the phrase which I left untranslated, وَطَعَنُوا فِي دِينِكُمْ. So commonly this is translated as they revile your religion, or, you know, they speak ill of your religion, mm-hmm. as if, you know, this could be by the tongue. Ta'an in Arabic could be taunting, which almost sounds like ta'an in Arabic. That's with the tongue. But literally, ta'an means like to penetrate or to pierce. So here we have the idea of them undermining something. And then what is dinikum? Deen usually means religion, but it can have other meanings as well. Most Muslims know Surah Al-Fatiha from memory, the first chapter of the Quran, in which God is referred to as Maliki Yawmiddin or Maliki Yawmiddin. He is the owner or the king of the day of judgment. Mm-hmm. So the day of judgment, or sometimes we say day of recompense. So either judgment or recompense is the translation of deen. The word deen is related to the word dine, which means like a debt, which is something that you repay. Here, since we have the idea of recompensation. God is going to give us just rewards for the things that we did on this life. So that's called deen. So this idea of just recompensation, from that, like that's related to the idea of justice. And that's one of the ideas behind the word deen as well, a system of justice or a law. And so we have in the 12th chapter of the Quran, in the story of Surah of Yusuf, in Surah Yusuf, the Prophet Yusuf wanted to keep his brother Benjamin. The name Benjamin is not mentioned in the Quran, but Yusuf wants to keep his brother. And through a ruse, he gets to keep his brother. Then the Quran says, مَا كَانَ لِيَأْخُذَ أَخَاهُ فِي دِينِ الْمَلِكِ. It would not have been right for him to take his brother according to the deen of the king. So what it meant by the deen of the king, some translators render it here the religion of the king. But it is not so clear that at that time in Egypt, religion and law was so bound up that, you know, the king's religion would have some concern about taking the boy. What is more likely is what many translations render it here to be law. According to the law of the king. The law of the king would not have permitted Joseph to take the boy or the lad or his younger brother. But through this ruse, he was able to keep the boy by the grace of God. So law we have as a translation of deen. If we transport that back to the present verse, Surah 9, verse number 12, this is more appropriate. It's the law or system of justice. And this is why I appreciate the translation given by Shabir Ally, where he renders it as system. So it is a system that was being implemented, a system of justice. Now, if these people, they do these things, they break their covenant, and they are now undermining the system of faith that includes the law, and the law is the governing component here. The very next verse explains this further, and this has been missed by the classical commentators because they said that verse number 12 means that if somebody insults the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that person should be put to death. So to link that law with this verse ignores what comes next, because the very next verse actually explains this further, because the very next verse says, أَلَا تُقَاتِلُونَ قَوْمًا نَكَثُوا أَيْمَانَهُمْ وَهَمُّوا بِإِخْرَاجِ الرَّسُولِ وَهُمْ بَدَأُوكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ. Aren't you going to fight with the people who dissolve their oaths and they were determined to drive out the Prophet, and they're the ones who attack you first? So you see the justification there. So you see what is meant by ta'anu fi dinikum here. It's not just simply by words they're reviling or taunting you, but they have tried to drive out the Prophet, which means they're undermining the whole system, not only of faith, but the law that is being established here. So this is what Muslims need to take away from it in modern times. Surah 9, verse number 12 is saying, you can live with people in peace, but if they are undermining the system of law, well, then they have to be dealt with by all the apparatuses of the law and of government. Whatever the powers that be should bring them to comply with the law, and so long of course the law is a just system of governance.
Dr. Shabir, do you have any final words about this? We've looked at many verses in chapter 9. Do you have any final words on those verses?
Yeah, I would say that it's of prime importance today that we look back at the Quran and we understand the commentaries. We study the classical commentaries, but we also look afresh at the Quran without looking too much into the commentaries. So we need to learn from the commentaries, but we also have to take an unbiased look. We have to take a step back and look at the Quran afresh and see what the Quran was saying. Is it exactly what the commentator said that it is saying, or something different? And often we are finding in this series, especially dealing with the question of peace and violence, that the Quran sometimes says something different than what the classical commentators said that the Quran was saying.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you, Dr. Shabir.
You're welcome.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Muslim Media Hub, the new home of Let the Quran Speak.
Here we spread positivity and good. We help people experience the beauty of Islam and help them appreciate and understand Muslims.
This beautiful building we purchased at cost $2.3 million.
Yeah, we've already raised a third of that money, and with your help, inshallah, we can pay off the rest.
So we're looking for people who can give $1,000 each. If you can be part of the select group, that's amazing.
Otherwise, just please give whatever you can. Every dollar counts.
It's our collective responsibility to share the message of Islam with our fellow human beings. Please help us continue this good work.
It's a sadaqah jariyah, something that will continue to be a benefit to the Muslim community long after Safiya and I are gone.
Please support our work at muslimmediahub.com.
Your support is zakat eligible and tax deductible.
May Allah bless you and your loved ones today and always. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.